it's really all really weird, and it's just crazy because everybody knows something happened, you know.
Well, I think the majority of people out on the internet say it's foul play. There ain't too many people that think it's just an accident.
I don't. I just don't see how three people fall over at the very same time. I mean, but
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
healthy
at the exact
men.
same time because none of them tried to call for help,
Exactly.
so they had to all die at once.
And three healthy men, nobody's gonna sit there and be stupid, freeze to death. I mean, you're gonna. I'd break a window out of the house if somebody didn't answer, to get some heat. I
Same
mean,
thing I said. I would have kicked the door open and got my keys out and told you I'd fix the door later.
there was, yeah, and there was a gate. They could have just opened the gate and went to their cars. It makes no sense. Something happened, you know.
I
So
agree with you.
hopefully we'll find.
Definitely.
Okay, well,
I
I won't
appreciate
keep.
you calling.
All right.
All
Bye
right.
bye.
All right. Peace. See? Dolly.
Can you please explain to me how NK has anything to do with this, please?
Who has anything to do with what?
I heard on another channel, NK. How I don't know anything about this case. How would she have anything to do with this?
Have no clue. What the? I don't know. Who would she have anything to do with this? Dolly.
Hey, Dolly, this is Lenny.
Hey, Lenny.
I've been trying to text you and get you to talk about alcohol poisoning.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, I pulled it up on Google. I wish you pull it up and and talk to the people. It's just like taking opioids.
Okay.
Can you talk? Can you talk to your people about it?
Well, alcohol poisoning, yeah, but would alcohol poisoning kill three people simultaneously?
Yes, if they all three are drinking all day and all night, and all three of them are drinking the same amount.
If they're
It can
all drinking the same amount, and it just killed them all. Or what if they got a hold of some bad moonshine or something?
No, I believe they got alcohol poisoning. Pull it up on Google. You see what I'm talking about, how serious it is.
I mean, I know alcohol poisoning is serious. I know there's people that died from alcohol poisoning, but I don't know
Right.
three people that died simultaneously from alcohol
I
poisoning.
know that would be so unbelievable, but it's true.
People
Will you pull
die
it
from
up?
drinking too much water.
Yeah, they can. But will you pull it up on Google and read it?
Well, one, I don't have my glasses on, so I won't be able to read it. Well, I don't have my glasses handy, so you can tell me what it says real fast.
Well, I ain't got it. I'm not on that now. I can't pull it up. I got one of them government phones.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay. But what I'm saying
Anyway.
is, I think the odds of three people simultaneously dying at the exact same time from alcohol poisoning would be, I ain't saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it sounds a little rare.
It would be amazing, yeah. But I believe that's what it was. They went outside to try to feel better, and it killed them anyway.
Oh, okay. Hey, well, look. Hey, I appreciate you calling.
I appreciate you listening to me.
All right. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, we got to get them Obama phones fixed. That clicking, I got I don't know. It's like I got the weird noises, like drive me crazy. Like, I don't know, just weird things. If you click something or doing tapping something, or if it makes it anxiety. I swear it does. I don't know what it is. Dolly.
Hi, Dolly.
Hey.
Hi. My house phone, it's going to die, so I'm going to talk quick, and I'm sorry, I'm calling from Redding, California.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm not much on this. I haven't been following it too much, but I'm thinking the guy is a scientist, so maybe, I don't know, my guess would be he's tried some experiments on them, and that's what happened. That's just what I'm saying.
Oh, he tried to turn them into Frankenstein. They done died.
Something. I think that maybe that's what he did. I don't know.
Okay.
But I'm just guessing. That'd be my guess. Nobody else has guessed it. And I'm thinking scientist, well,
I think that don't help his case either, being a scientist. Like if he was like let's just say he was a grocery store clerk. It wouldn't sound as bad. Three dead and a grocery clerk. But now that he's a scientist, he's instantly a mad scientist. Sounds
Yeah. He might have been trying something out on him. I don't know. He lived all alone in that big house.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
It's a little weird,
But
strange.
I hope they find out something. He should say something if he did something, you know?
Yeah. Hey,
I think it's kind of rotten of him. Wrong.
all right. I appreciate you calling.
Hey, thanks. All right, bye.
All right, peace. Dolly.
Hi,
Hey.
can you hear me?
Yeah, you got to turn me down in the background.
I am. Hold on. Okay, so my thing is weird because their cars are parked out front,
Uh-huh.
so they're all out back, right? So
Uh-huh.
they were leaving, they go out back, they die out back. No, yeah, the weird scientist thing is yeah, I'm going with that.
You're going with the weird scientist did it.
I'm going with the weird scientist thing.
With the candlestick in the ballroom.
No, I'm not going all that. I'm like, what did he do? What was he trying?
I don't know. But, you know, the one dude that was there that left, he had a history of hard drugs in his past.
I don't know if he intended to kill them. What was he trying?
Something I don't want to try. I don't want to be his
Yeah.
guinea pig. Would you want to be his guinea pig?
I don't want to be his guinea pig. but
Definitely
did he
not
do
after
it
his
too?
track record.
But my thing is, did he do it too? And that's why he was happened to be passed out for 2
I
days.
said the same thing in
and-
my last video. I said the exact same thing. I said, did he do it and then realize his friend died and drug him outside and then came in and passed out for 2 days? That's why he was asleep. Didn't hear nothing.
That's what I mean. Like he went to sleep, and like I don't think he meant to kill them.
I mean,
like
there has to be some explanation to it, right? I mean, just
because it's very bizarre.
and this dude is acting like he didn't know. If they did do drugs, he would know they were doing drugs in his house.
Yeah.
I mean, you would notice somebody like chopping up lines on your coffee table. I mean, you would notice that. I mean, you'd be like, "Hey man, could you not do your drugs on my coffee table?"
Yeah.
Set my drink
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, but then it's even worse because he left town.
What if they got into something that they breathed and then they walked outside and died? Like he has something bad in there that, you know, some chemicals or something else, and they've gotten their hands on it because he's a scientist. Some type
I don't know, but
or something that
I'm
can
real
hurt their
confused.
lungs.
I'm real confused about him.
They
That
ran
guy
out.
leaving town.
They ran out to get air, and then they collapsed. You know, because you know when you breathe in something toxic like that can burn your lungs.
Oh yeah, no. I'm a clinician and stuff, and I take care. But I don't want to get into what I do and stuff. And I had a patient the other day, and his history, he was actually a science teacher, and he had a long history, and all his history has to do. He's older and everything, but his lung problems have to do with he's a science teacher, and he was a chemistry teacher,
and he's breathing all
all
that
his
stuff
problems go back to when he was a chemist, like a chemistry teacher, and he breathed in like formaldehyde and something that burned his lungs years and years ago and caused him all these problems and stuff. Just, you know what I mean, from breathing in something crazy from years ago. But I'm not saying but I'm like, why'd this guy leave town?
I worked at the water treatment plant a long time ago, and they got these chlorine, this high powerful chlorine that runs through these pipes. I'm working on the roof of the building, and these pipes run down the side of the roof. So we have these safety meetings at the water plant, and the safety inspector comes up to me and he's like, "Look, I just want to warn y'all. And on the corners of the buildings are these red lights. These red lights are to let you know that there is some type of chlorine leak. These alarms go off and these red lights go off." And the dude told me, if you breathe this shit, it will kill you instantly. He said, if these lights go off, jump off the roof. Get away from this building fast as you can. As soon as that light hits, you better fall off this roof. He said, because if you breathe this stuff in, it will absolutely kill you and your whole crew. I mean, kill you, but you done. So you falling over dying. It's going to completely burn your lungs. And you ain't going to be able to breathe. And you're going to go into cardiac arrest and die.
Right.
He's like, jump off.
And
he said, jump off the roof if you got to.
Listen, I've been in the ER where I've had people that have had like a code, like we used to call it like a code yellow, an emergency response, where we've had like plants where they've inhaled like chemical poisons.
Uh-huh.
It's a code where plants, they've inhaled them. We brought it like it's a mass, like chaos. They brought them all in with like they've inhaled like crazy stuff. They're like green, like the Mr. Yuck sign. That
Mhm.
they literally are green. They come in and stuff like that. But I'm like, but wouldn't the guy in the house have died too if he inhaled something?
Yeah, because I
You
worked
see what I mean?
I worked for years in hazardous materials. So there's a lot
Yes,
of stuff
yes.
you can breathe in that'll kill you, you know?
Yeah.
I used to remove lead too, hazardous materials, lead, abatement,
Yes.
things that were hazardous.
Yeah, abatement, like asbestos,
Yeah,
removing
all
it
of
from things.
yeah,
everything,
the
yeah.
full respirator suits, everything. I did that for a few
Yes.
years when I first got out of college. And but yeah, I remember one time I was removing some lead and I was working with this really powerful acid. Okay. And I mean, you paint it on there and it's like the most tedious little thing. You paint a little thing up there and you scrape it off. Okay. So I had been slacking, I had been slacking at that. I didn't do much. So I was trying to do it kind of quick, and you ain't supposed to do it quick. It's just one of these slow little tedious processes. And I kind of tried to rush, and a little drop of acid flew off the brush and hit me right on the head, right above my mask. Now I'm wearing a full face respirator with a pump that pumps the air to me. But the little tiny drop of acid hit me right on the head, and it felt like somebody put a blowtorch right to my head. And that acid is so strong, it would have ate through my skull. But they got this stuff they put on it. They had to take me to a little medic thing at the naval base, and but it's for chemical burn. But this acid would have kept eating until it ate through my head. So it was real dangerous, and I shouldn't have been rushing. And if it would have just flew a little speck higher, it would have got me on the suit, the plastic suit that I was wearing. But it got right between it. Just the luck I had.
Yeah.
So got to be careful.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking, well, what do you think would have happened to them where, the guy was in the house, they end up outside, all three of them, no drug background, no craziness. The cars are out front, they're out back, the friend's sleeping in the house, the other friend leaves or whatever, and the guy that's there is a scientist. He's out of town now, right? He's changed the story like 50 million times, but he's got like this chemistry scientific background. Like, I just feel like, were they a science experiment?
Maybe so. I mean, maybe so. I think that's what the internet thinks. I think that's what the internet thinks anyway, that this is just some.
I mean, that's the only thing I can come up with.
Oh.
I'm thinking, I don't think they even knew what he was doing. I think he might have like tried it on them and they weren't even aware.
Maybe so.
Because now they're saying, oh, it was just because it wasn't even like they said, oh, what did he say originally? They froze to death and it wasn't even like freezing temp.
Yeah. And they definitely didn't freeze it. They didn't freeze it.
They didn't freeze to death.
Hey,
yeah.
Look, I appreciate you calling in.
Yeah.
All
righty.
You did good.
I'm thinking, honestly, I think it'll come out to be some toxicology thing.
Yeah, it will be, definitely. You have a good one.
All right. You too. Bye.
Now y'all didn't want to talk in the beginning. Now everybody. Dolly.
Hello.
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 How's it going?
Hi, Dolly.
You're gonna turn me down in the background now.
I've got you down.
Okay.
I don't think it was any kind of weird scientist thing. These gentlemen, they all passed in that house. He had something to do with it in a way, or he wouldn't have took off. But if it was just drugs, why wouldn't you just stay around and say, hey, I gave my friend some drugs. We all had some drugs. Get a drug charge instead of a murder charge.
Well, if you gave them drugs in my state, you give people drugs and they die, you catching a murder charge.
I don't know about our state. I think if you confess that, they took them willingly, Hey, he don't have to say, we just all did drugs. You don't have to say I gave it to him. He could just said, hey, they brought them and we did them.
They can prove if they can, in this, I only know from Virginia, if you supply somebody with drugs and they die and they can prove you supplied them drugs to that person, you're catching a murder charge. So if he says I was doing drugs with him, then the next thing going to be they're going to have him in there going, did you give him the drugs? Did you give him the drugs? So I think he just tried to deny it, and that's why he's lawyered up, because he was in there doing drugs with him.
Yeah, I agree with you there. But three grown men don't walk outside and just drop.
No, definitely not.
They
We know
just don't drop.
he's coming back with something, but what is the $1 million question? And I mean, most people are thinking it's either the H or the H with the F, or just the F. Make sense to you? Okay.
Yep.
So, and people drop from that. Like in one weekend here in Virginia, in my area alone, we had 17 people die from it in one weekend.
Oh, it's bad everywhere. Now the fentanyl's getting really bad too with everything.
See, I was trying not to say the word. That's why I said F.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Because
sorry.
YouTube's funny about the whole saying names of medicines and drugs and things of that nature.
Right.
So we try to code word everything. So if you ever hear something you don't understand, we just kind of, try to point it out to you.
Okay.
Because we only do it with bad words, you ain't supposed to say.
I won't say the F word then. But this had to happen, right when they got in there. Because what kind of grown men that have families don't at least check in every so often with their wives to make sure everything at home is going on, okay. Even if they are at a, football drinking party or whatever, they will walk outside and give their families a call and say, hey, everything okay at home, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So this had to have happened instantly.
Yeah, none of them called and none of them tried to help the other ones. So all dropped dead at the same exact time.
And that's why it had to have, been like right when they got to the party or to the home or whatever. And for him to take off,
I think
he had something to do with it.
I think Jordan drug them outside. I think they died in the house.
That's what I say. Yeah. Something happened in the house and he took them outside.
Okay. Hey, well, look, I appreciate you calling in.
Thank you.
You have a good one. Dolly.
I feel like I'm calling into Turtle Island.
What is up, Miss Ann? How you doing tonight?
I'm okay.
Listen, the first hold on. Let me talk. The first 30 minutes, nobody called. The phone line was open, not a soul called. One dude called and was like, yeehaw. Right now, I was like, damn, nobody wants to talk. Usually the phones never stop ringing. And I was like, okay, it's going to be an early night. And then as soon as I said that, the phone ain't stopped ringing since. Ding, 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 ding.
I'm all right. You're popular and famous.
No, I was thinking now nobody wants to talk. I was thinking nobody wants to talk about this case. This is a crazy case to me. I thought everybody would want to talk. I thought the phone would be blowing up from the moment I came on with people going, it's the mad scientist. And then everybody was quiet. I was like, I guess nobody gives a damn. And then I guess it just took y'all a minute to warm up.
Yeah, well, I wasn't over here. I was on another creator's channel.
You cheating.
And then we all got off of there and
that's cheating.
Came over here.
That's cheating.
Hey, but you still love me.
There went your Christmas card, lady.
Oh, well, good. My birthday's coming up. You can make sure I get the birthday card. All right, listen. First of all, I'm going to need you to lower your voice because PJ's in the other room trying to go to sleep.
Is that what she told y'all?
Hey, don't you know that she's in there trying to go to sleep, young man?
I just heard her laugh.
She know I got her back.
Okay. Did you want to touch?
All right, next thing on this situation that you're talking about, these three guys, I think somebody put a Mikey in their drinks.
They put a what in a drink?
A Mikey.
You mean?
Come on now. You know what a Mikey is.
Are you talking about like a roofie? A Mickey.
A Mickey. Mickey, Mikey, whatever you want to call it.
Okay, you think they put that in a drink?
I kind of think that.
And you think they died from it? I believe somebody drugged me one night at a bar.
See?
Me and a girl. 2 Navy dudes did it.
Yeah, I mean, they do that in these bars to these females.
I was in a VIP bar where there was only, I think there were 7 people in there, and 5 of them were friends. And there was these 2 Navy dudes sitting beside me and this girl. And I drank 2 drinks, black, completely out. I called my buddy the next day. I said, man, I think I was drugged last night. I was like, look, I've drank 2 drinks don't black me out. And the girl that was there with my friend, she called him, said the same thing. She said, I think I was drugged last night. She said, I went home blacked out off of 2. Like, I think she drank 2 drinks too. Couldn't remember nothing. I couldn't remember nothing. So I think they were trying to get her and got my ugly ass.
Well, you know, back when I was drinking and in the bar days, my beer stayed in my hand at all times. I didn't trust people, and I still don't.
Now it does. Till that night, I would leave my bar, and I didn't never think about somebody. You know, usually dudes don't have to worry about getting drugged, and I really don't think they were trying to drug me. I think they were trying to drug her because she was a pretty girl, but they got me because I was sitting there at the end of the bar, and we had both had our drinks in like a little group of drinks, and I think they just probably hit 2 of them because we knew everybody in there, even the bartender was our friend, and the only 2 people we didn't know were them 2 Navy guys. And we both,
I guarantee you.
And we both were blacked out and never been like, I'd never been blacked out like that.
Mm-hmm.
I literally woke up on the floor of my house and only drank 2 drinks.
Well, something's pretty fishy about it.
So I'm just glad I didn't.
I guess we'll find out pretty soon.
You drug somebody like that? I don't know, why he would drug guys, but if you're drugging people like that, you don't know if that drug's going to kill that person. Them dudes, like I think it was the Navy guys that night. They could have killed me or that girl,
Well, they were trying to. Reason why they drugged you up is because they wanted her.
Yeah, they probably wanted her, but she wasn't. I didn't even bring the girl. I didn't even know her. That was my first time ever meeting her.
Right.
She was there with my friend.
But they didn't know that.
It was just the way we were sitting at the bar. Like he was sitting here, she was here, and I was on this side of her, and everybody kept buying like drinks, like a beer and a shot. And I don't drink, so I kept sliding in front of me, because I don't drink, and I only had 2 of them, and boom, one of them was laced.
Had to be.
Yeah,
you got to keep your beer, drink, or whatever in your hand at all times. With your hand over the top of it.
Yeah, my buddy.
And if you go to the restroom, you take the doggone drink or beer with you.
My buddy, he's dead now. He passed away. But when I told him, he said, man, you're probably just tripping. You probably drank too much. I said, man, I only drank 2 drinks. And one of them was a beer. Okay. So I only technically drank 1 shot of liquor. I was like, he didn't believe me. Then after the girl called him, he called me back and he was like, yo, man, I think you ain't lying. I think you did get drugged. He's like, she just told me the exact same story that you did. I was like, because we ain't lying, dude.
Yeah.
Why would you make that up?
Likely, that's what happened.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Anybody that's listening to me right now, if you're a drinker and you go to these bars, you take your beer or drink with you to the bathroom.
Sure.
If you fix and go on the dance floor, you suck that beer on down and get rid of it before you leave it.
Yeah, I don't leave no sodas, no beers, no nothing.
That's right.
People are crazy.
I don't trust people. And like everybody's been saying, lacing that wacky tobacco with that F.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's, of course, I don't do it, or smoke it or whatever you want to say. I don't do it, but even if I did, I sure wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Well, no, I won't do it because, when I got my diagnosis, me and my doctor talked about it, and I said, no, I'm not getting it off the streets. If I want to do it, I want medical. Yeah. But anyway, I didn't do it, and I'm not doing it. I don't want to do it.
All right, Miss Ann, you have a good night.
Sweetheart.
Good.
All right, honey, be quiet now and let PJ go to sleep.
She ain't going to sleep. She's lying to y'all. Hear her in there now.
Don't you tell me she's telling the truth. You leave my girl alone.
All right, peace.
Bye, I love you.
Dolly!
Hey, Dolly, it's Donna from Myrtle Beach.
What's up, Donna?
I got a couple questions. Maybe I've missed it,
Okay.
but did they see any tracks in the snow?
They haven't answered that.
And the other one is, did they tell us what positions these guys were in?
They were in the dead position.
Yeah, but
Yeah, they did. They
you
told
can
us.
tell if
They
they
told
were
us
drunk.
one of them was sitting up in the chair on the back porch, and two of them
Right.
were laying in the grass.
But were they laying
Doggy
in a
style?
position that they
I mean-
fell?
I mean, I'm assuming. I don't think they were kicked out. Like, I wouldn't think they laid down on the. Why would they lay down in the snow?
Well,
They making
I'm
snow
saying
angels and
is-
died? I don't know. They were in
What I'm saying is the cops can tell if they were in a drug position, drug out position, or if it was in
What
a
does a
fallen
drugged out position look like? Like that?
Well, when they drug them out of the house.
Oh,
drug 'em
like
out
they
of the-
slide and their arms out like this when
Yeah.
they're drug by their feet.
Yeah, I
Okay,
understand
maybe.
what you mean.
Like a horror movie, like when you see the killer dragging you through the woods and your arms all out, shit, like, and you just bounce over stumps.
Yeah, or is Mr. Scientist so smart that he knew how to position them? But I think the position they were in and tracks in the snow is going to be a great lead. I don't understand why they haven't discussed that.
Yeah, we haven't heard nothing about it. I would think if he did drag him out into the yard, there should be signs of him dragging people through the yard.
Absolutely, or signs of you taking a broom and covering up the tracks.
Oh, if you seen your neighbor outside sweeping snow, you wouldn't think that was a little suspicious?
You seen your neighbor dragging somebody outside, you wouldn't think?
Nah, I live in the hood. That shit happens.
So the sweeping would be more than the dragging.
There was these Navy dudes that used to live across the street from me, right? So I go out the door one day, and there's like, I don't know, it's like, I guess the ship landed in my front yard, right? Parked in my front yard. I don't know, but it was a whole bunch of fucking Navy dudes out in the front, and they were fist fighting. Like these two dudes were fist fighting, and they were big ass dudes. I mean, way bigger than me. And the dude was on top of this dude, just pounding him in the face, right? And I walked out my door and I was watching for a second, and I was like, "Hey, stop!" And these big dudes just stopped fighting. I was thinking, I'm gonna get myself killed, but apparently it worked.
You better
Right?
get back in.
Yeah, it worked. And the neighbor came over and was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, man. We didn't mean to disturb you." Right? This is what he says to me, right? He goes, "Oh, don't worry about him. He's trained." I was like, the dude's getting beat in the face unconsciously. Like he's on the ground limp. And the dude's just pounding him in the face, right? I'm like, well, what is he trained in? Apparently he ain't trained to stay conscious because he's unconscious on the ground. Y'all stop fucking fighting before I call the police. And they're like, all right, man, we sorry. And they all just kind of shuffled back to the house, the whole boat. You know what I'm saying? They just rolled their ass back.
Well, that's
like, oh Lord.
They're afraid they're gonna get in trouble if somebody calls the law. They're getting big trouble.
They moved. I got an old black man that lives across the street from me now. He's the nicest man in the world. He goes to bed at 8:00. His house is quiet. Nobody fights in the front yard. Grass is mowed. Waves when he rides by. Nice as shit.
Oh,
can't ask for better neighbor. I know. That's what I said. The other neighbors I had, boy, they out there 3:00 in the morning riding dirt bikes and jumping four-wheelers in the fucking. We got my whole vehicles blocked in. They got 700 people having a block party on a Wednesday night. I'm like, who parties Wednesday night? I can't get to my house. I got the USS Wisconsin fucking parked in front of my house. You know what I'm saying? I'm parking 3 blocks from the fucking house. So I was glad when the boat left. It was quiet then. Okay, when the boat, you sitting here over here praying for World War III, so all these motherfuckers will leave.
One more thing, Dolly. Now, the screen was out of the front of the house, the window, because that's where the girl went in, or the wife.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you walk around the house before you'd break in?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think I would break in at first.
Exactly.
I would go in the back and be on the back door.
Yeah. Well, so why'd she break in the front door, in the front where everybody is driving up and down the road?
I don't know. Why ain't they charging her with B&E?
I agree.
Just because I got bodies dead in my backyard don't mean anybody can just break in my house.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. But it makes no sense. And a girl, wouldn't she walk around to a patio door?
Wouldn't that be some shit if Jordan got her locked up for breaking in the house?
Yeah,
He wouldn't have to put a charge on her for B&E. Like, yo, this chick broke in my house.
yeah.
The bodies weren't even in
And
my
then
house. They
you
were in the
even know-
backyard. She could have walked in the back. She didn't have to break in my house.
And he didn't even know she was in the house.
Yeah, I know. That is just so. He had noise canceling headphones on.
Well, did she
He
go
had
in
his
his
bitch
room?
blockers
I
on. He
mean,
had some bitch. He had his shades on. He had his mask on. His sleep mask.
well, did she search the house? I mean,
Huh?
did she go through all the rooms? Wouldn't you go through the rooms before you'd go outside?
I don't know. I would have been looking for the safe if I'm breaking in the house. First thing, if I'm catching a charge, I'm going for the bank.
Exactly.
I'm looking for
So why
gold
would
and diamonds at this point. She's looking for dead
Why would
bodies.
you go from the window to the patio door?
I don't know. That was weird. She broke through the window, broke in the house to go to the backyard. Why didn't she go upstairs or go to the room he was in? Let me check
Yeah.
the backyard. Let me break in your house so I can check your backyard.
Yeah. And
What if
wouldn't
she did it?
to-
She drugged the bodies back there. Nobody said that.
And at me personally, I would have definitely checked the bedrooms if I'm hunting a man. You know, so it
you
makes no
checking the
sense
bed.
to me.
If you hunt a man, you checking. Why would you check the bed? Why you think the man cheating?
If my man's been out all night and I'm worried enough that I'm gonna break in somebody's house, I'm gonna check a bedroom.
So
He was worried enough that he was doing something and she broke in the house. I think I'd call the cops for a welfare check or something.
yeah, I wonder why she didn't do that. Her first instinct was,
Yeah.
let me break in this bitch. Maybe she has a pass for
Exactly.
B&E. Maybe she's a cat burglar on the side.
I think she was trying to catch one of them cheating.
We're gonna have to
So
give her a
maybe-
number. She's number 6.
Yeah,
'Cause she,
yeah, absolutely.
what? The fence was locked, is what she's saying.
Oh, okay.
That came from the producer.
Well, she broke in the window. Why can't she break in the fence there, PJ?
She broke in the window. Why couldn't she break in the fence? She had wide hips. She couldn't climb. PJ
Yeah.
said I didn't.
It just makes no sense to me that she didn't. If she's mad enough to break in somebody's house, I'd say she's thinking he's cheating.
She
So
had-
why wouldn't she
she
check the
had-
bedroom?
She had a cankle flare up. I don't know. She couldn't,
Makes no sense. And she had to go what, from the living room through the kitchen or whatever, through just the common areas. Makes no sense. And just makes no sense that she never saw him. That's going to be another Idaho 4.
Well,
must-
Dylan saw the killer.
Yeah, then she may have seen this dude sleeping too.
I just, for some reason, when I think about this, I picture Buffalo Bill from from Silence of the Lambs. Like he's dancing around in the mirror looking at his man nips or something.
Right.
For 2 days while his friends are laying there dead. He's like, put the snow on your skin or get the plow again.
So she saw him dancing around, quietly shut the door, and went and ran out the patio door.
This dude is out there. He's standing up there like Bill Cosby waiting for people to fucking sit in his backyard and turn into popsicles at this point. It's crazy. But look, hey,
Absolutely.
I appreciate you calling.
Yeah, right, Dolly. See
All
ya.
right. All right. Peace. Yeah, this is strange and a whole lot of change. See, nobody's calling up talking about, yeah, they ain't got nothing to do with it. Usually people be like, you crazy, Dolly. Why are you blaming people? You don't hear nobody saying that on this one. They're like, yeah, something's wrong. Something. Dolly.
Dolly.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I've been trying to call you.
Have you? I've been trying to answer your calls.
You know what? I'm telling you, I am getting so pissed at this case because I believe Jordan is innocent.
You believe Jordan is innocent? Oh, yes. This is the call I've been waiting for.
I will totally believe Jordan is innocent. I totally believe he's innocent.
Okay. Why you believe he's innocent?
I believe Jordan is innocent because of these reasons. I do know, I have to believe anyway, that they did have a football party. And I have heard that they have all been friends. And actually, there's about 10 of them that get together every Sunday for football games for the Chiefs. And I've heard this from people who are very close to them.
Yeah.
And some of them left and some of them stayed. And I'll get into the fifth person as I move on here. But they were all watching the game, and when they were done watching the game ended around 6:30, 7 o'clock. And they started playing games, could be, I don't know what kind of games. It was just games / could have been dice.
Uh-huh.
And
I thought they were
the
watching
fifth
Jeopardy
guy-
when the fifth person left.
No, and this is where it gets interesting to me, because one of the girls who had the daughter with Ricky,
Uh-huh.
she actually called another podcast the day before Ricky's funeral.
Yeah.
She had mentioned that the fifth person had sent a text and said that he was there between 7 and midnight, and that when he left around midnight, they were all up, alive and well, and playing games.
Uh-huh.
Said nothing about
Matt is
Jeopardy at
saying
that time.
Jeopardy is a drinking game.
No, they were playing games, as in, I believe it was like the games that you play on the computer or TV.
Uh-huh. Like a video game?
Yeah, video games. And if they weren't playing video games, they were playing dice.
Okay, PlayStation, Xbox, that type of thing.
Yes. And so the Jeopardy story there is contradicting to me. But anyway, to move on. Him saying he left around midnight, I don't believe that that's true. But anyway, I do believe that Jordan is a drinker. He's a known drinker. He's had issues with drinking. He's got that on his record.
Uh-huh.
And I believe that Jordan probably did have a lot to drink. I think the guys had a lot to drink. I think they were partying up a storm. The Chiefs won. They were happy. And I think Jordan went to bed. I think Jordan walked into the door. I think Jordan said goodbye to him. And I think Jordan had a relationship with these guys that they were able to walk in and out of the house. I believe that when the attorney said that.
Yeah, I mean, I got friends that can walk in. I mean, not now, he's dead. The only friend that used to walk in is dead.
I don't think that's highly unusual for friends to be like that.
Yeah, I got two friends that could walk. They'll walk in at any time of the day. They wouldn't walk in the middle of the night, though. They would knock if it was a nighttime. But in the daytime, they'd walk in. It'd be like,
well,
they would scream for me. And they'd open the door and be like, yo, Jimmy.
Yeah, but I think that Jordan had said to them, I'm going to crash. I'm tired. I got to work the next day, so I'm going to bed. I'm going to lay down. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to sleep on the couch. I think Jordan passed out on the couch after he told these guys, you can come back in, do what you want, but just be quiet when you do it. And the gate to go behind the back of the house was unlocked.
Uh-huh.
It was open.
Well, why is the lady saying that whenever they're beat on the door that the gate was locked?
Well, let me get into that too. So they went around to the back of the house. They went in. They started playing games. They did what they did. And I believe that the fifth guy, Alex, I think Alex had some stuff on him. Now, this is maybe my own belief. I don't know. But I think we know that Alex has a record.
Yeah.
And I think you've pulled it up. Other podcasts are just now getting to it. But I have believed that Alex has a record just because the fact that everybody's been trying to cover for Alex. And I don't know why.
Well, we know, so we dig into everything. You know, we dig into everything.
But why didn't Alex's name come up that he was around until Jordan's attorney said a fifth guy was there?
Because they needed a fall guy. They needed somebody else to push the blame on it. They didn't want Jordan to take all the heat.
I don't think that. I think that Jordan was trying not to actually bring the fifth guy into it either, but I think he was forced to. And I think the fifth guy had some stuff on him that they might have gotten into.
You think he may have been the plug?
I don't know, but I think so. But I think he gave them something. I think he left. And I think they went around back and hung around in the basement. And we don't know what the basement looks like at this point in time. It could be a game room down there. We don't know. But I think they went out in the backyard. I think that they had gotten into something that they have some high dose in F in it.
Uh-huh.
And I think that they dropped. And I don't think they had a chance to even think about it. I do know that David was sitting in the chair. The two other guys were out. I don't know how far in the yard, but they were in the yard. And because they were so close, I think that one probably started getting sick. The other one might have gone over and tried to help them.
And they both.
And then they all just dropped. Yep.
Yeah.
And I think that that Jordan got up the next day and went on with his business. If you look at the way the house is, I don't believe Jordan is working downstairs in his living room. I think Jordan has got a complete computer setup up in one of the bedrooms upstairs in the front of the house. I think that his bedroom is up in the front of the house also. And I think he's very intense when he works. And I don't think he walks around the house and looks through the windows and slowly meanders around.
He needs to hire you as a lawyer. Okay, you would be a better lawyer than the greasy haired dude he got. You just put up a better argument than his lawyer does.
Well, and perhaps he's, when I listen to the attorney, this is why it's kind of bothering me, because I've heard this through the attorney. It's just that he's very rough when he says things, and he says things to me that I understood what he was saying. It's just that he's not clarifying everything to the T.
Well, he can't keep his story. He'll change his story mid-story. Like, he can't even make it through a whole news segment without changing the story from what he originally said.
Okay, well, let me go on as to why I think Jordan is innocent. Then I'll go through the attorney side of it.
Okay.
But I think that Jordan was working, and I think Jordan probably went to his kitchen, got a cup of coffee and a banana, went back upstairs to work. Jordan's probably taking conference calls. He's probably looking on his computer. He's probably writing things down. This guy is a PhD, a research scientist. This guy is going to go and poison his friend.
He's the chat said he didn't work for 2 days.
But that, you know what? We don't know. Nobody said he didn't work for 2 days, except the internet. Nobody has said he did not work for 2 days.
I think his lawyer originally said that he didn't work and that he had came in and out the house a few times, and then it changed that he came out the house one time. Then it changed from he seen him go out the front door, and then he said he seen him out the back door.
The attorney did say that Jordan had, the first thing he said was Jordan did go to work. He went to work, he came home from work, and he went to bed. That's what the attorney said in the first interview.
Yeah, I know, but how could you not see your friends if you did all that?
Because they were in the backyard. And, the way they were placed in the backyard, I don't think he could see them through the windows, but I don't think Jordan stares out the window. And that's my whole thing, is when they found these people, it was at night. And, the fiancé came in, and she banged on the door. Nobody answered. So she went around to the back, and she got through the gate in the back because that's where she broke in. And she broke into the window because Jordan didn't come to the door.
Well, if window's in the front, you can see the screen off the window right here in the picture.
No, that has nothing to do with it. She broke in to the window in the back of the house.
Okay.
And you can see where it's the screen in the front has nothing to do with anything. She came in, she went around to the back, and she broke into the window in the back of the house. She noticed that
if she was in the back of the house, why would she break in the house just to go back to the backyard? From the backyard?
Because she couldn't get into the house. So she broke into the window. She didn't go into that back porch area where I think they came out. She broke into the window. It's dark outside. She's doing the best that she can do. So she breaks into the window. She's frustrated by now.
Because the back of the house is a big glass sliding door. You can see right out of it.
Right. But she broke into that side window, and maybe she couldn't break into those sliding glass doors. Those things are pretty darn tough in comparison to a window. But you can see in the back of the house, if you look into the back of the house, there is a big broken window back there. And when she got into the house, she screamed for Jordan. There was no response. She thought nobody was home. So she went back out. And then that's when she saw David sitting on a chair like he was sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
She called the police, and the police came. She's very upset. And that's when, she said Jordan came down in his boxers and a wine bottle in his hand. But you have to understand how upset somebody is. I don't know. Jordan perhaps came down the stairs with a robe on, half open, boxers on. You have to understand, if Jordan was upstairs with his headphones on, and a fan, it is what it is. But
why is his lawyer saying he's on the couch? Why is his lawyer saying he's on the couch asleep?
Because he was on the couch asleep the night that he let them out. You have to remember, when she came back to find them, it was 3 days later. Jordan wasn't asleep on the couch for 48 hours like people keep saying. Nobody has said that. This is why I'm getting frustrated with this.
I don't think he slept 48 hours. I'm just saying that he was there for 48 hours without reporting this crime.
No, Jordan, he works from home. So Jordan, I think, works very intensely when he's working.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he is playing around all day. I think he's working hard, and I think that he's dealing with things that normal people are not dealing with. So, and people are going to hate me for saying this, but it's just my thought, and I don't.
No,
it's just my thought.
I don't hate you for saying it. You have your title to your opinion, just like everybody else is.
Right, and so, I think for the day and a half that Jordan was walking around his house working hard, and not knowing these guys in the backyard, I just don't think that would be unusual for him. I mean, when I paint, Dolly, I sit down and I paint, and I may not answer my phone. I may not do things because I am busy doing what I do. And so to me, it would not be unusual. And the whole part
somebody
about,
could be dead in my yard right now. I don't know. I mean, I got headphones on. I wouldn't hear it,
Yeah, but you know what? I wouldn't think somebody's dead in my backyard. So why am I going to go walk around and look and go, you know what? There's 3 dead bodies in my backyard, because I wouldn't ever think that for a minute.
Well, I live in a graveyard, so I got more than 3 dead bodies. There's a bunch of dead bodies in my backyard.
Well, I just think that this whole thing is blowing up and making Jordan look horrible. And granted so, but I don't think Jordan did anything here. And I think this fifth guy had a perfect opportunity to set Jordan up. I think this fifth guy may have been the one that brought something in. That may have been laced with something unknowing to him. Maybe. I don't know. But I think this fifth guy gave them something. I think they smoked it. I think they died from it. Now this fifth guy, he's trying his best to run. And he's doing whatever he can do. He went from playing games to Jeopardy, making Jordan look bad with playing Jeopardy.
Okay.
And making Jordan look bad with.
Well, if Jordan Willis is watching, we'll have him call your law office because he needs you as an attorney.
Well, Dolly, I just think that people should think about what Jordan really does. And yes, I can see where the families are very upset and devastated. This has been awful. And it's just not in our minds what they're probably going through right now, especially having to wait for this whole thing. And why Jordan may be a free man is because perhaps they're not finding anything to press anything on him or to find him guilty for anything.
Yeah, I mean, if there's nothing there, there's no evidence.
No,
really,
and maybe there was drug evidence around these 3 gentlemen that Jordan may not have had anything to do with.
Huh.
So, maybe that's why Jordan has gotten a ticket at this point in time. But I think that this fifth guy, he needs to be looked into a little bit more. And he's got some drug cases behind him.
I think so.
He's
also,
got alcohol behind him.
I think so too. I think so too. And you might be right. What if this is something they were just chilling with him and he's like, yo, I'm going to go lay down. And they call the plug. They get something from the plug. They drop dead. He wakes up. His 3 friends are dead.
Well, or maybe they died in front of him.
I know people say birds of the same feather flock together, but I don't do hard drugs. I've had friends that did hard drugs and have died. You know what I'm saying?
No, you know what? I don't think these 3 guys did hard drugs. I think they thought that they perhaps had something in a cigarette. You know what kind of cigarette I mean. And I think it was an honest thing. I don't think they did anything all the time. You know, they just won a game. They were happy about it.
I always heard the herbs and ain't never killed nobody. You know what I'm saying? That's what I heard.
Yeah, but the herbs have been wrapped up in some stuff and some serious stuff, and people are dropping like flies because of it.
I know there's some bad things. There are some bad things going around. Say no.
Who's to say Alex was not with them? Just because Alex left at midnight doesn't mean that he didn't come back. And they were the 3 of them were together with Alex.
Yeah, but what about the cars? What about the cars? What about the cars?
Okay, the cars are parked out in the front. Other cars park out of the front of that street too. I looked at this street. And cars had snow on them. Jordan's not going to notice people's cars. What guys notice what kind of cars we all drive?
Hold on 1 second. Hey, caller with the 812 area code, stop calling. If you hear me talking, don't just keep blowing up the phone line. It's the same number calling over and over again, making it beep. Please, because if you're going to do that while I'm talking to somebody, I'm just going to skip your call. So I told you there's a 1 minute delay. Wait to call if you hear me talking, because all it's doing is interrupting this call. That's it. All right. So be cool. Be patient. Give it a second. All right. What was that?
Okay. So I'm just saying, who's to say Alex was not with these 3 guys when they smoked something? Maybe Alex saw them drop over, and maybe Alex left. He's the one everybody blaming Jordan. You know, Alex got an attorney too.
I know that.
Everybody's saying, well, if Jordan, didn't do anything wrong.
Let me ask you this: do you personally know Jordan?
No.
Okay.
But I can see why.
Where are you from? Where are you from?
I'm from Tennessee.
Tennessee. Okay. I like Tennessee. Nice place.
Yeah, I'm from Tennessee. But I've been watching this. I found it interesting. And there's only a couple of different podcasts that I watch on this. But I did watch somebody call in long before people heard about the 5th person. And I kept wondering why the 5th person hadn't surfaced. And then I hear the family's covering for this 5th person just because they know the 5th person. They don't know Jordan. So if they did know Jordan, would they think Jordan was such an awful guy?
I don't know.
You know, and you know what they say? Keep close to the crime. Alex has been hanging around these families, waving his white victim flag.
What about not answering the text messages? Like this viewer wants to know, why didn't he answer?
Okay, the text messages. All right. So when you get phone calls and you have a robodialer, because I do have one, but when you get phone
okay, you got to work for the law firm. You got to work for the lawyer. You don't work for the lawyer.
When you get phone calls from somebody you don't know, it comes in as zeros. You don't answer it. The robodialer will answer it for you, and that's just it. You just
your accent don't sound Tennessee either.
Huh?
I said your accent don't sound like Tennessee either.
No, because I'm not originally from here. But you know, and so that is for the phone calls. Now the text messages, Jordan doesn't know these people. He doesn't know the families. Okay, so he's getting text messages from people he does not know. When I get a text message, and plus, they're not in his contacts. So when I get a text from somebody not in my contacts, I don't answer that text message. If I were to send you a text message and you didn't know me,
yeah, but I would read it. If it was something important, I would respond. If it said, "Hey, my kid, have you seen them, Dolly?" I would be like, "No." Even if I didn't know you, I'd be like, "No, I didn't see the person." If it was something important, now, if I read it and it said, "We can save you $20 on your car insurance," I'm not going to reply back to that. You know what I'm saying?
But what I'm saying is they're not in his contact list. So this is coming in as somebody from not in his contact list. So he's
His
not going to
friend-
respond.
His friends are not in his contact list.
They're not his friends. The only person that is a friend of his is Alex.
They went to school together. 2 of them.
Alex did, but not the families.
Okay.
Not the family. They didn't go to school with Jordan and Alex. The families tried to text. And the only reason why they got Jordan's information is because Alex gave it to him. Isn't that strange? Now, why, if the families are saying, hey, we can't get a hold of this, why didn't Alex do anything? Now, Alex is saying, I did. Now, Jordan is saying, I did, and the attorney said this, that Alex did send Jordan a Facebook message.
Mm-hmm.
And Jordan did not get that Facebook message until everything started coming down and the police came to the door. So that timing is there also.
So he just happened to check the message as he was walking out to hear the police knock on the door, but he didn't hear the lady break in the house, beat on the door, or scream when she found the dead bodies. He didn't hear none of that.
Nope. What they did was when they went in and checked for messages, that's when it was brought up that Alex did try to Facebook message Jordan. And the timing had to be around the time that the police came to the door.
It seems like just perfect timing.
Yeah, but you know what? And also, the attorney gave all of the phone records to the News Nation.
Okay, so law sent that over.
The media does have all the phone records for Jordan.
Okay, so y'all's law office sent all that stuff over to him?
Yes, he does have it. The attorney was speaking to News Nation, the guy from News Nation, when he said, you have the phone records, and he said yes. And they went over the phone records.
All right. Okay.
So,
what does your husband put in his hair?
I don't have a husband.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's just a kid.
I'm just telling you. I'm just giving you my
I know. I'm just playing with you. I'm just picking a little bit.
But you know what? If you ask me, I just think Jordan's getting a real raw deal on this. And Jordan, maybe Jordan's in rehab right now. Maybe that's why Jordan can't come forward.
I thought he wasn't a drug addict 5 minutes ago. Oh, well, wait, we ain't been in this call 23 minutes ago. 20 minutes ago, he was a good man that didn't do nothing wrong. He was focused on his work.
No, I said he had an alcohol problem. I said he had an alcohol problem.
Oh, okay. All right. That wine will get you. That Chardonnay.
No, he's got a documented alcohol problem.
Oh,
It is on his record.
So he's down in bottles of liquor and chasing it with wine.
I cannot say specifically, I just saw on Jordan's record that a long time ago, he had been in trouble with alcohol. So I don't know. I can't say he has been right now, but
he was leaving and swerving and curb checking. Yeah, I've seen the same thing.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe Jordan went to rehab. I don't know.
You ever notice that Jordan, both times he got out of trouble, he got away with it? You know, did you notice that? The convictions on it? He got away with it? The stuff that he was charged with? Yeah, he got away with it.
He got away with what?
The crimes that he was charged with. He wasn't convicted of the crimes he was arrested of.
What crimes was he arrested of?
I mean, I don't want to go over the man's crimes. They were dismissed. But he was still arrested of it.
Who?
Jordan.
Yeah. Jordan or Alex?
Jordan. These are driving charges. These are driving convictions he had that he wasn't convicted on. Just things that he was charged with.
Oh, you mean the alcohol thing?
Uh-huh.
The misdemeanors?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know, but how for alcohol, how often are those actually?
If you're guilty, you're guilty. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying he got away with it. He was dismissed, stuff like that.
Yeah, but I just am not looking at that as serious as all of this is.
I don't think it's serious either. I don't think it's serious either. We're just talking about a little bit of their background. I don't think it's serious.
Yeah.
I think just because you got in trouble 10 years ago that you murdered your friends, I'm just thinking things are strange, and instead of lawyering up, he should have came out and said, hey, look, these are my friends, and sat with the family and spoke openly with the family, not be so secretive and lawyer up.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think that he can. I think that if he is in rehab, he can't get out. He can't talk to people. He gets like 2 minutes on the phone.
All he had to do was say no, 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 like Amy Winehouse. He didn't have to go to rehab. Okay.
Dolly, I'm trying to be serious with you. I just can't.
I mean, it's a hard sell. I don't know, because I mean, you might be right. He might be a good guy. Might not have nothing to do with this. I still just find it hard to believe he didn't look outside or didn't notice the cars. What about their wallets? Okay, explain that one to me, there, lawyer.
What?
Wife?
Who said anything about having wallets?
Their wallets were in the house.
Who said that?
The news. There's more
Who on the
credible than
news
them.
has the wallet?
I don't have it available right now. Are we in a court? You ready? I wasn't ready for court with you tonight.
No, I'm just
okay.
That
I feel like Mello right now from a damn Cam case. I'm unprepared.
I did hear that. Oh, he had their wallets, he had their keys, and he had their coats. But you know what? It's coming from family who is devastated. And then I heard also that the police,
devastated don't mean they're liars.
No, but you know what? When you're this devastated and one person is alive, maybe Jordan is the only one who did not take in the party favors. And maybe that's why Jordan is still alive.
Maybe so. Maybe that has something to do with that.
You know, so I mean, maybe that's why Jordan is still alive. Maybe what if Jordan would have died of this too, and there would have been 4 people out in the backyard? What would have happened then?
Then we wouldn't think nobody killed him because everybody be dead. One person alive, it looks like he killed him.
Maybe Jordan just didn't partake in all of this, and maybe that's why Jordan is still alive.
But Jordan didn't partake in answering the door, answering messages. Jordan didn't partake in anything, apparently. Okay?
Yeah, but you know what? When something like this happens, and Dolly, put yourself in this position. If something like this happened, and he did tell the police, he allowed the police, did cooperate with the police. The police came in, they searched his house, and he did cooperate with all of that. So that's another reason why he was able to.
Okay. Let me ask you this, lawyer wife. So when I try to get this DOLLY law passed, I'm going to need you to sign. And that's where if you're a bad friend in this world, you get 10 solid hard years in prison. Are you going to sign that for me when I try to get this law passed?
Well, okay.
It's going to be, this is what I'm going to be contribute to the world. So when I'm dead, I can say I left this law behind that's going to do some good. That way in life, you can't be a shitty friend.
Well, I don't think Jordan has been a shitty friend. I think Alex has been a shitty friend.
So somebody's some DOLLY law.
Yep.
That's it.
I know.
That's the problem. All right, look, you did good. It was good talking to you. Trust me, you need to be the law office. You need to fire your husband and go ahead and take over the case. And you might be able to get this dude out of trouble. All right?
All right. You take care.
All right, peace.
Bye-bye.
That was his mama, an ex-girlfriend, somebody he just paid, somebody that knows him, something. That's it right there. That was intentional. DOLLY.
Hey, DOLLY, what's up?
What's up?
Not much. I put a couple comments, I think, to your video last night about 3 things I noticed when they read off that interview in the article yesterday.
Okay, first, who is this and where are you calling from?
Oh, sorry. My name's Rob. I'm calling from Ontario.
Okay, Rob.
I've talked to you before.
Awesome.
So, anyways, the first thing, David's baby mama or whatever it is, they were in a relationship for like 17 years, they said.
Are they together right now? Because the way she sounded like she said it was like, well, he's my kid's baseball coach. She didn't sound like they were together right this moment.
No, but apparently they were in a relationship for like 19 years, apparently.
Oh, okay. And that's what I was thinking. I was thinking they're close, but maybe they wasn't in a relationship right at that moment.
But she said in her statement, he was my son's baseball coach. Wouldn't it be their son's baseball coach?
Well, if she has multiple sons, maybe she has a son from a previous marriage And she could be like,
But think
he's
about-
the coach for that kid. That would be the coach of her son, not his son.
Well, he's like, what, 37 or 38?
Hey, they shit out
Take
babies
away
these days.
17 years, 20. You know what I mean? Like, I found that just really weird wording. And also, it said in one of the articles, I don't know who it was, but somebody drove by the house Monday, apparently, to see if the cars were there.
Uh-huh.
Why wouldn't they call in a wellness check?
I don't know. Did the people that drove by the check on the cars, did they see the cars?
Yeah, they saw them.
Then why didn't they do
Whoever-
anything about it? I don't think
whoever
it would
it
have
was
done much
said that.
good because these dudes look like they died instantly.
Well, yeah, and that's why I'm almost willing to bet money I was a fentanyl overdose.
Yeah, let's try not to say the word, but just throw the big F up there because we don't want YouTube
Oh.
to think we're promoting any illegal activity. We don't condone the use of any drugs,
Fair enough.
bad substances, any of that
Yeah.
stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I believe so too. I think YouTube itself believes that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Algorithm believes that shit. That's why it shared the video. It's like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
a real deal.
So my other thought and theory on this is that, let's be honest, Alex has a history of handling narcotics. What happens if they called him, like, they weren't hanging out with him during the game. They met up with him after the
Well, I
game.
heard they were with him before the game for a little while, and then he came and met up with him.
I didn't hear about that. So,
That's just what I heard, that they were at a previous house together, and then he went and met
but
up.
it's an undisclosed
Now,
house.
I could be
It's an
wrong.
undisclosed house.
I could be wrong. That's just internet.
Yeah. Yeah, but they never said whose house. It's an undisclosed house, as far as I know. So let's say, hypothetically, he was a supplier. Somebody called him to bring over a bag of weed,
Uh-huh.
right? So let's say scales it out, whatever. What if he was a fentanyl dealer too? I mean, sorry, an F dealer too.
Yeah.
And
it got mixed up.
And there was trace still on the scale. It doesn't take much for people to OD.
Yeah, I know. That's
But that-
fast. That's what I heard.
Yeah. And in that article, it said David doesn't do drugs. She said he was in a major car accident. Motorcycle accident.
And don't do
about
drugs
3 years ago. And he was in the hospital for a few weeks.
on oxys, and I'm sitting here, the O one. You know, I'm trying not to say medical names. Yeah, listen, now
You
I
see
can
where I'm
tell you
going
this,
with that?
yeah, medical doctors getting people hooked on street drugs. They start off giving you painkillers, and then when you kick it, you go to street drugs. Next thing you know, you froze to death in the backyard. I believe pharmaceutical companies are some of the biggest drug dealers on the street.
Yeah, and here's the thing. They said he was closest to the door. So let's say Jordan didn't even smoke weed. He's just a drinker.
Uh-huh.
They go into his backyard, just planning on smoking a joint, right? All of a sudden, there's stuff in there. Because David would have had some sort of narcotic in his system already, right? Just from before, or however long it was. His body would have a little bit of immunity to it. So that's why he probably ended up closer to the door, realizing what was happening and trying to go to get some sort of help.
Or he just sat in that chair and died.
Well, that's one thing. But compared to where the other two were,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, because his body had some sort of, it's been exposed to some sort of narcotic prior, outside of like weed.
Yeah, but
that his body would have had some sort of slight tolerance to it.
He was almost laying like he was sleeping, because they kind of described that he was laying there sitting at the table like he was sleeping.
But yeah, you know what I mean? Like I don't know if you've ever seen somebody drop from that stuff before.
Oh yeah, I have.
I've seen it happen a couple times.
I've seen it happen a couple times myself too.
If it looks like people are just tired and they're going to go to sleep.
Yeah, nod off and
it's not some big extravagant scene to see.
Nah. They don't even look like they're dying. They just look like they go to sleep and fall over and stop breathing.
Yeah. So you know what I mean? Like, that could explain why they were in the positions, like why they were where they were. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, if I'm at somebody's house, I'm going out for a smoke. Chances are I'm not taking my jacket with me. Especially, it wasn't super cold that night either.
But where's the paraphernalia at?
The joints, rolling papers.
Yeah, but
and that's why I think right away they declared it as not a homicide investigation. They found product on one of the three guys, whether it be weed or whatever, and that's why right away they declared it.
No, they didn't. They said they didn't find no drugs. That's coming from the authorities.
I didn't hear them say that, but
They said they found no drugs.
Because you'd think when they were recovering the bodies, the medical examiner plus whoever the detectives are going to check their pockets or ID, whatever the case is, off the get-go.
Definitely.
And they probably found something. You know, they might have found another joint, or they might have found a joint right beside them, or the joint right beside them, and that no physical, wounds. So you're not going to take it to homicide. And if they found, let's say, a part of a joint or whatever the case is.
If they had a joint that killed 3 people, I want one of those. Okay.
Well, but with that stuff in it, let's say
I'm just kidding.
Even unintentionally, yeah.
We don't know if that happened, though. We don't, that's just hypothetically that they smoked something. They could have snorted something. They could have injected something. They could have ate something.
Well, and that's it.
And I ain't heard too many people, like I said, smoking herbal remedies, dropping dead. I mean, it does happen. I heard that big FB in it sometimes. It's happened, but,
yeah.
I don't know. That's a hard.
But that's why I was saying, like, he was scaling out, let's say just herbs for these guys, and he was scaling out other stuff for somebody else prior. Maybe he just was in a rush, didn't wipe down the scale, whatever, and just it doesn't take much.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe just the dusting of the stuff while he's scooping it in the bag, whatever. I definitely don't think Jordan's to blame. And it also said that he not only opened up his house so they can search it, but he also went down to the police station without a lawyer to be interviewed.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean? And this other guy, like, his track record's kind of
shady.
Definitely shady, to say the least. Like, trying to hide evidence or steal evidence from a bus.
Oh yeah, I seen that too. That he was trying.
Come on.
Yeah, he tried to cover up crime too.
Eating a bag of Molly.
So did he cover up this crime? Because he's been charged with trying to cover up a crime before. Obstruction is what they charged him with.
I thought it was something. It was the same concept, but I thought it was a higher charge the way the wording was. See, I think it was just a fluke accident. I don't think anybody did anything maliciously. And you know what I mean? But
yeah, I haven't got all about. He had that in his past too, where he had tried to cover it up.
He ate a whole bag of Molly. Like, that's not stable.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And he had that X and stuff on him, and I mean, he probably had something. It might be some truth that he's the plug. And if he sold them something that killed these people, he needs to be in jail.
Yeah. But here's the other thing too. That picture of the 5 of them in the Chiefs jerseys? I don't think Jordan's even in that picture. I got bored earlier and I went searching around for it. It says Alex, David, Clayton, and I can't remember the other guy's name. But it says hashtag Dakota no Facebook or something like that.
That's because Jordan probably took the picture.
Well, no, you'd think he'd be there. He'd be mentioned, right? But it's weird that they have that picture up and not just the 4 of them or the 3 of them or a picture of all 5 of them. You know what I mean? Because I was actually curious about when that picture was taken originally. Because I don't know, I guess my original thought was taken the day of.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, who took the picture?
Yeah.
Right? So that's why I went searching for it. But I find it weird that he's not in that picture. But yet that's the picture they're presenting to everybody with the 5 of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just, to me, it's a little bit weird. But, in regard, but what people were saying about he wasn't answering the messages, the one thing too, if you're not a friend of mine on Facebook, your message goes to a message request folder. And unless you go in to look in that folder, you're never going to see it.
I know, mine does the same thing.
Yeah, and same thing with the phone calls.
I still see them because I go in there and check because I know that.
Yeah, like I look in there like maybe once a month.
Yeah, I don't look every day, but I do look.
Yeah, but I agree. Like with the same thing the other lady said, like if I get a call from a number I don't
but why wouldn't Jordan and Alex be friends on Facebook?
Well, that's the thing. We don't know if they were or not. And originally it was said one of the family members tried to Facebook message him. And considering Alex knew that they were there,
and tried to call him 8
times. Been the one that went over
because he had just left. It seems like
Yeah.
he went back, you know, especially when he didn't get a response from his friend.
Yeah, like to me, I'd be going back. If all of a sudden, my friends' families are like, "Hey,
Not
have
if you
seen,
just sold them
this
some
person that-"
drugs and now nobody's hearing from him. I bet you ain't going back.
Well, I'm saying if I didn't,
Yeah,
or if I didn't, if I knew I did something wrong, 100%, I'm not going to.
yeah.
But if I, figured, hey, yeah, I sold him some weed, whatever, let me go check on him, 100%, I'm going back. I think there's a lot of really weird stuff. Like, for instance, nobody in the family calling a wellness check for 2 days. To me, that's just weird. You're blowing up this guy's phone, but yet you don't call the police to do a wellness check on your family.
They're grown men, so you're gonna give if I went, a day gone, my girl ain't gonna flip out over a day. About the 2 day mark, she'll probably start worrying.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But yet they were saying, we started getting worried because their work call and said, how come these guys aren't at work, whatever the case is. Well, they're the ones that started freaking out, right? So why wouldn't they call him, instead of trying to call Jordan, who they couldn't reach, maybe call a wellness check on your family members instead of sitting there and ripping this Jordan guy apart? That's just my personal thought, though.
Okay. Hey, look, man, I appreciate talking to you.
Yeah, man, for sure.
You be good. Peace.
Cool.
All right, the question says, are you going to Crime Con? Yes, 2024 Nashville. Dolly will be there. I got to get my booth. That shit is like $1,200. You can donate through Cash App, PayPal, Super Chat. Yeah, $1,200 Crime Con. I'm like, good Lord. But yes, I will be there. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly.
Hey.
Rhonda from Tennessee.
Hey, Rhonda from Tennessee.
Hey, okay. 2 days before somebody came, Jordan had time to clean that house completely up in 2 days.
I agree with that.
Okay, he didn't sleep for 2 burn days straight. I mean, his kidneys would have burst. But anyway.
I'm sure he slept.
Yeah, but not 48 hours.
No, I doubt he slept 48 hours.
Right.
I
okay.
could.
Anyway, with the F thing, it's really bad here in Tennessee too. But I know of this one guy that was distributing the F in pills.
Uh-huh.
He's in jail right now for 3 life sentences.
That's what he gets.
Yeah, he sold 3 pills. He's in jail for 3 life sentences.
That's
which he should be.
That's what he gets, because they could kill 3 people right there.
Because that one guy, he sold to one person and they killed this guy in a motel and cut him out and put him in a tote and put him in the lake.
Oh, wow. I heard that. Yeah. I heard that M is real bad in Tennessee.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
But
the F is really bad too.
At least we don't have the big C heads, crackheads anymore. Can I say that? Crackheads anymore?
Yeah. Crackheads.
You don't see them as much anymore as you do like the big M and the big H and the F. It seems that has taken completely over the street world.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But anyway, I just think that he had plenty of time to get that house cleaned up. That's why there was no evidence when the police got there. They couldn't find nothing.
Yeah. I mean, if they were doing drugs, there would be paraphernalia there, a mirror or a syringe or a straw, a dollar bill rolled up.
Right.
There'd be some evidence that they were doing drugs. And if there's not, and it's in their system, then somebody covered up the scene.
Right. And Dolly, if you have a party at your house and everybody passes out drunk and the next morning you get up, you got a damn mess.
Yeah.
You got beer cans sitting everywhere. You got glasses everywhere. You got,
It depends how disrespectful you let your friends treat your shit, too.
Well, I know that, too. But, usually you'll see a beer can sitting here or there, Now, and if they were drinking out of glasses.
Well, most of my friends, they're a little bit more neater than I am. I'm probably a little bit more careful at their house than they have to be at my house. I'm a little bit more messier of a person than most of my friends.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking slob. I throw shit. You know what I'm saying? I knock ashtrays. There'll be ashes all over the place. I'm messy. I'm absolutely messy. That ain't no lie.
But anyway, Dolly. Anyway, he had to take, it's okay. So he had to go to the sink. There had to be dishes. If he is having a little get together, there's got to be some kind of dishes. He had to go to that sink and look out that back window.
I agree. He had to. There's no way he could have not known. I agree with everybody 100% on that. We don't even have to argue that one. He had to have known.
Right. He had to see. He had to look out. Oh wow, boy, it looks like it snowed a lot. Let me look out the window.
Yeah,
you've done that too.
Yeah,
Wow, the snow it's on the ground.
Yeah, if it's snowing, I'm gonna look out to see it snowing. If it's raining, I'll look outside when it's raining. Sometimes when it's raining, I just stand at the door and just watch it rain. I don't know. I'm a weirdo.
No, it's good, but
you know. If it's a sunny day, I might not go but if it's raining and pouring, I usually go look and see how bad it's storming. If it's snowing, I'll go outside because I don't see a whole ton of snow. So.
Oh, well, you need to come down here. We just had 9 inches.
I heard that. I had heard that. I seen it on the Weather Channel that y'all got hit with a bunch of snow. And I was thinking, good thing.
Oh, yeah.
Tennessee.
My sister lives in Martinsville, Virginia, and she didn't get any.
Yeah, well, I live right here, in the 757, the Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, Norfolk area. And we didn't get no snow. We got a bunch of rain, and it was cold as shit for a week. Super cold. But other than that.
It was below zero here, 4 below some days.
Yeah. So, but now the weather's 65 degrees and warm.
65 today.
Yeah, I'm gonna have pneumonia. The weather's flipping back and forth. This is how you get sick. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But I just think that, that one caller thought that Jordan ain't got nothing to do with it, but I think he does.
Oh, that was the wife of that
the lawyer's wife.
Lawyer, I guess. You know what I'm saying? If she won't. He definitely needs to hire that lady because she made way more sense. She put up a better argument than the lawyer did.
Oh yeah, that lawyer needs to be fired. I mean, he's a drunk. I
know he was partying with him. He's the sixth guy. The sixth guy is a lawyer. He left the next morning. He was like, "Yo, don't tell nobody here, okay?"
Yeah,
he's a lawyer.
I'll defend you if you get in trouble.
Yeah, I'll defend you if you got in trouble. He probably did it. Okay. We looking at the wrong. We thinking player 4 and 5 the whole time. It's been player number 6.
All right. You're funny. I love you. Have a good night.
You did good. Peace.
Peace.
See, that's what happens when you take your guard down. Player number 6 slips up in there with his greasy slid right in there with his greasy ass head. We're looking like a damn. He looks like the mad scientist. The lawyer does. DOLLY!
Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
What's up?
Oh my God, yes, I'm on. Okay. I'm Roxanne.
Okay.
I'm in Florida, but I'm from South Africa, so I got a little funky accent.
You're from South Africa?
Yes.
Drakus. Do please? Just won the title from South Africa? UFC?
No, I didn't see that, but yay.
Okay.
We're fighters.
Okay.
Okay, so just a quick thought. I'm not trying to defend this Jordan guy, but what if he was drugged too, and so he passed out on the couch, and he literally was laying there for 2 days, but he survived, but he didn't realize that he was sick, he was drugged, and he literally was sleeping.
I said the same thing too. Maybe that's why he slept so long and didn't hear the door and shit, because he was on drugs.
Yeah.
Well, what if he purposely did the drugs with him and he just didn't die?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Maybe he just didn't die, and the rest of them couldn't handle the dose, and he passed out on the couch, and they went outside. They all passed out at the same time, and then he woke up 2 days later. He's like, "What the hell happened?" And then all of a sudden he looked out, and
said he got up and left a couple times the house and came back.
Left?
Yeah, he wasn't asleep the whole time.
Right.
So
but I mean,
50 different.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe they were all on the drugs together. They didn't, and he just was, dead for 2 days. Because I actually had some people in South Africa get poisoned. And I was supposed to meet up with them. Actually, this woman poisoned them. She took them into the apartments I lived in, and actually went into their apartment, took all their stuff, took their keys, took their surfboards. And they were passed out for like a day. And then my friend was calling my name like, "Hey, Roxanne." And I was like, "Wait, what the heck, dude? Why weren't you picking up your phone? Why'd you pick up your phone?" He's like, "I was drugged. I was poisoned."
Was it like a tribal witch doctor or something?
It's just an African.
I don't know what happened. I don't really know what goes on in South Africa. I don't know the difference.
Yeah, they just went out to the bar, and this woman poisoned them. And she took all their stuff, and they didn't know what happened.
Okay. I hear that South Africa has the worst government in the world. Is that true?
Well, right now they're trying to kill all the Afrikaans, settlers and all the people that own land. They're taking away the land. It's basically a genocide.
Oh, okay. I don't know what's going on. I just heard people say that South Africa has the worst government. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's why I asked you. And
They can do whatever they want.
And I heard,
the guy
Drake has said the same thing. He's like, I love my country. He's like, but the government is really bad right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's why I live in America. That's great. I actually live in Arizona usually. But anyways, I just wanted to bring up that it doesn't make any sense that he was asleep for 2 days straight. The only way that makes sense is that if he was drugged and he really was actually, he couldn't look at his phone, he was disoriented, and then all of a sudden he didn't know what happened, and he just woke up and was like, damn, that was a crazy party. And then all of a sudden people are banging on his door.
Yeah, I mean, that's possible.
So,
hey, look, I appreciate talking.
Thank you so much, man.
You be good.
All right. Appreciate you. Have a great night, man.
Peace.
Stay safe. Bye.
Okay, I might have time for one more call, but I'm about to get ready to get out of here, guys. I've already been here a couple hours with you guys. Tonight, people defending them. I can't believe it. When I cut them phones on, I thought it would be 100. Jordan did it. I was kind of surprised. The lawyer's wife called. I don't know if that's really his wife, but she seemed like she knew some things, like she was there. Okay, she could have been player number 7 in this. Okay, we had player number 7. The lawyer's greasy ass head is number 6. We got player number 5. Soon we'll have the whole Kansas City team. Okay, there's a damn whole football team of people there. By the time this is over, the plot thickens. Okay, the plot thickens. Let's see what comes out tomorrow. I think we're only a few days away from getting toxicology reports back. But let me tell you this now, if nobody else tells you, the police know what's in their system already. They know that shit now. They've been known. They just got to wait for the official report to come back. They tested them almost immediately for drugs. Dolly.
Hello.
Hello.
So I see your mouth moving, but
You got to turn me down in the background, or we're going to start acting.
Okay. I was starting to think it was a little funny. Okay. I've been listening to the defenders, and I cannot believe how many there are. But
I was surprised that
this is so nuts. Now, I'm retired. I worked in law enforcement. And I think from the law enforcement point of view that either they're hiding everything they've done or they haven't done anything. And I don't know if there are plans to do anything aside wait for the toxicology.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, if they don't have no proof, there's no witness that anybody committed a crime, and they don't know what they're dead. Yeah, they're going to have to wait. But I mean, the preliminary reports would show that they died from an overdose.
But they didn't say of what.
Yeah, I mean, we're just waiting on what, but they know they died of an overdose by this point.
But you know what? In the field, in a death like that, from body fluid, urine, blood, even a needle in the eyeball to suck out some juice, can tell right that minute on the spot really what's affecting the person. If you've ever had a drug test, there's a cup you pee in, and then they pull back the strip on it, and it says what drugs are in your system.
Mm-hmm.
That's immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So when they send it off to forensics, it'll take 4 to 6 weeks there if no drugs are involved.
And that'll give them the levels of drugs too. That strip test will tell you you're positive for drugs, but it don't tell you the level of drugs that you're positive for. When they do toxicology reports, it'll tell you the level. Yeah, it'll tell you the level of the drugs they were on, how much of the drugs they had in their bloodstream and everything.
Right.
So,
yeah, but only in if it was pills like fentanyl, like what people are saying, the levels of fentanyl will show up within 48.
We just call it the big F because YouTube's funny.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the O, and the difference. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, those type of opiates are detected within 48 hours for sure. But the level of the depth, how many, like they measure it and like how much 50,000 units, over the overdose, it comes back pinpointed down that small. But that does take time, but not the actual drug and the initial amount that could kill you. That's really quick.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
they're probably not going to say so right off.
I got to get ready to get out of here. So look, I appreciate you calling in.
Well, it was nice. My first time calling in, and
awesome.
Well, first time ever seeing your show. In fact,
I'll probably do another call-in show tomorrow night and touch in on this because I didn't plan on being here for too long tonight because I got to get some sleep. So be good.
Me too. I was going to go to bed myself.
And maybe I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right. Well, I'm Cindy. It was nice to call in for a quickie.
All right. Peace.
You too.
All right, guys. Look, I'm going to close the phone lines. I appreciate everybody that called in. And it was slow at first. I was thinking, damn, nobody calling in. I'm going to be out of here quick tonight. It's going to be a 30-minute live. I'm going to be like, yeah, I'll be watching damn UFC fights in a few minutes. But no, then the phones went crazy. Went absolutely crazy. But what I wasn't expecting was people defending Jordan. I thought people were going to go in on him tonight. I mean, some people did. But we heard that one lady called. I let her stay on a long time because she had a different opinion than everybody else. She was pro Jordan, and I wanted to give those people a chance to really talk, to let us explain to why they think this man's innocent when so many of us think they guilty as shit. Right? You know what I'm saying? I'm foul play. Look, I'm team foul play. I'm the team captain. If you on my team, give this video a like. Okay. If you on team foul play along with Dolly, give this video a like tonight. All right. And I'll see you guys when I get up tomorrow afternoon. If anything changes in the case, I'll drop a video on it. But if not, I will be doing a live call-in show on this case and some stuff that I'm going to be touching on tomorrow. And I hope to see some of you guys there. And for all you people that have been subbing up, liking the videos, new people, mad love from Dolly. Great to have you guys here. Welcome. And I'll see you soon. Peace.